Start recording. Good stuff. So welcome everybody. It's bang on time. We love that. We love to start and we want to keep it to the hour, including all your questions that come through. My name is Rima. I'm the founder and CEO of Ardy Marketing. Ardy Marketing has been in existence for over 3 years now. And I have had marketing experience for over 10 years. Was it 15 years? I sometimes forget. But what we do at Ardy Marketing is we help organizations with their marketing needs. We understand your needs, your objectives, and your challenges. And with that, we're able to help you out in terms of what is your best strategy moving forward to get to your target audience. That's our utmost. And some of the things that we provide is reputation marketing. We provide video marketing, content creation, and so on. And of course, one of the things that we provide is search engine optimization as well. And we're loving and looking forward to actually telling you more about that today. Right, Eunice?
Right. Hi, everybody. I'm Eunice Nyandat, the CEO of My Biz Marketer. My Biz Marketer works with startups to help them with their go-to-market campaigns for customer acquisitions, pretty much a full service for startups when it comes to digital marketing or digital advertising and analytics. And today we bring you the topic of search engine optimization. Let me put it out there. This is a highly technical space. Even I still have to study on it and get my head wrapped around all the nuances of it, because it keeps changing with the search engines algorithms changing all the time, and platforms being included, social media platforms diversifying and all that good stuff. So we want to say this. This presentation is about getting you to understand the basics of search engine optimizations, so that you are able to talk to your web developer or the person that's going to do the search engine optimization for you intelligently, so you know what you're talking about. And then it also tells you how this plays into your visibility online, and why this is important, and it leads to customer acquisition. So let's get started.
Great. So let's start with, first of all, what SEO is. So let's get at the jargon around SEO. Again, SEO is search engine optimization. And a lot of times, like here in Kenya or Africa or even the world, a lot of times the search engine that is used is Google. So what we're doing is we're giving, there can be different search engines, but the one that is the most dominant at the moment and where everybody's going is Google. And so, of course, what you want to do is make sure that you get a fighting chance that when people are searching for your kind of business or your product or your service, that you are right up there on the first pages of searches. And the search engine optimization is a process. It's not something that you click and you just do and you're done. You have to constantly put that into place. And then there is search engine marketing and search engine optimization in terms of the marketing aspects. You can even pay ads. But how long are you going to pay ads for? Be on the first pages of the searches on particular ranking words. So here is some of the ideas around organically getting you to the first pages of searches. Taking case in point, for example, over here, what we're doing, like I've seen mental health care, I've seen healthcare. Some of your businesses are in there for the participants who are here right now. And so imagine if someone is not going to probably search for your company name unless they know you or they know your company name. But what they would be searching for example, is mental health care in Kenya, psychologists in Kenya, psychologists in Uganda, so on and so forth, right? So you're looking at those key phrases, keywords or key phrases are what people are looking for. And then whatever's on the first page is what they would actually see what is the best fit, and then they would call, right? So we're saying that SEO is a crucial part of a strategy to get you business coming towards you, traffic coming towards you, right, Eunice?
Right. So this is the framework of SEO. This is what builds SEO. So you've got a website and that you've set up the site. you've got the keywords. So remember, I was just talking about mental health. So I'm searching for support for my mental health. I would search with a keyword mental health help, or mental health psychologist, or psychologist, or psychiatrist, whatever it is I think is going to give me what I need. So those are the keywords. So in your business, you think about all the keywords that people would be searching for that would then lead to your business. So if I was in, I see Cladika is joined us, and Cladika is an e-commerce platform, and they sell fashion. They're a platform where vendors sell their fashion goods on, right? So the keywords for that site would probably be women's clothes, women's shoes, men's suits, men's clothing, ties, accessories. So those are all keywords. So if I was looking for a dress, I'd Google red dress, and it would lead me to Cladika. So, or it would give me a list of other vendors just like Cladika that I could pick from. If I'm familiar with Cladika, I'll pick up that company. If I'm not, I may click over to learn more because I don't know about them, and this is something I'm seeing new. And because they've come on the first page, then that's one reason for me to begin to trust that people who've searched for red dresses or search for a dress, they've been served up this site, and this site has delivered, has not let them down. The content on the site is also paramount. So if the description of the dress was miniskirt or long length and red and cotton, and this is all the description, so that if I was looking for a cotton red dress that's midriff or full length or miniskirt, that I've got all the information I needed. So the context and the quality of that content, right? So that's why we encourage folks to do blogs and stuff, because that brings you more keywords that help you rank better. Now the links are those sites that link to us and we link out to. So for example, if I link out to, it's my biz marketer links out to Ardy marketing, Google now sees, oh, my biz marketer trusts Ardy marketing, and vice versa. So say, for example, a big company like IBM links to your site, that's going to rank you even higher because IBM is far more bigger brand and trusted. And if IBM is saying they liked your content, that gives Google the trust that this content of yours is good quality and it's preferred. So that's why we would like to build the links. Next slide, Rima. Oh,
right. So this is what I was talking about. Sorry?
Yeah, it had gone backwards. Sorry.
Okay, but it's okay now on your side? Okay, great. So this is what we were talking about. We were saying, remember that there's sponsored ads or things that you can actually pay for. So you've got the top part, which says pay PC, and the side part, which says PPC. PPC basically means pay per click. So it's like something that you actually bid for. So people who are bidding higher, for example, would probably get more value in terms of being right on the top. However, it's not sustainable. So a lot of times people just skip all of that and go into what the organic space is, because that can be ads, and people don't really like ads as much, especially when they're Googling. So then what they would go is on the part of the organic SEO, organic searches. So then this is where we're trying to get you to. This is where there's value. A lot of people don't go into the second, third, fourth, and so on pages because you want to search for something, and whatever's on the first page is pretty much what they would click on and inquire about, unless you're doing academic research, and which I have done before. So then that I go all the way to even the 12th page, looking for that particular article so I can read it and then reference it in my research, pretty much. So this is what we're looking at in terms of not the paid ads, but the organic search where you're coming up easily. Okay. Right. So we've gone through a bit of SEO. We're going to go through types of search engine optimization. We'll tell you what SEO will be, and then what is the importance, of course, for your online success. What does SEO bring for you? And I know that some of you had asked specifically about that, so that's what we will touch on as well. Okay. So there's 3 aspects pretty much on search engine optimization, and the first part is on-page optimization, right, Eunice?
Yes. So on page is that technical, complex stuff that you might have to work with your web developer or the paid expert that does the SEO for you, the title tags, the meta tags, the headlines when you do your blog post. You've got H1, H2, which H1 stands as headline, headline 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all that good stuff. And then the robot file and the schema.org, that is the stuff that the search engines look at to figure out how to place you and when to place you, and reading through your site and the way the site has been developed to figure out if this is a quality site. Does it have the content that people will be looking for? Has it got the links that we're looking to verify trust? Also to make sure that it's I want to call it's in adhering to the rules of web development, meaning like the URL site length is not too long, because what happens when if it's too long, it truncates. Now imagine if you've written your title, how to lose weight in 60 days.
60 days.
And you've spelled out even the
about the same thing.
Yeah. So you've even spelled out the word 60 days. So that creates a very long URL. So what happens is when somebody searches, they'll see how to lose weight and then ... Okay, so they don't see the rest of it. So I wanted 60 days and I didn't see you calling out 60 days. I'm going to the next one to see who said losing weight in 60 days. So that's a shortest URL, right? Looking at readability, also making it so easy so that when you've got that title, you know the meta tags, the meta descriptions that you add underneath the title in the backend, especially if you're using a WordPress site and you're using these SEO tools, they make it easy for you to add all these components. But remember that if you don't add them, it's still gonna work. But what happens is you don't rank as well. Right. So you've done some SEO work, but you've not maximized on the capacity of it. So these are all the things that when you're talking to your web developer, you're going to say, okay, how are we for titles? This is what the rules should be. We want it this length. The meta tags, provide them with meta tags. The web developer might not know what keywords are important to you, and be aware, please, keyword stuffing doesn't get you anywhere. It actually makes your site drop. So don't stuff, making sure it's in the language, it's naturally in the language of the copy that you're writing on your site. So Eunice, company, My Biz Marketer, it provides go-to-market strategy for startups. So my keyword is go-to-market strategy for startups. So I will make sure that in that meta description is go-to-market strategy for startups, something like that. And keeping it simple. So when Google reads it, somebody searching go-to-market strategy and startups, I will rank better, right? And I should show up in page 1 and page 2, depending on how many competitors there are for the same keyword and the same for the same market. All right. So all these things, and by the way, guys, don't worry about writing all this down. We can send you the slides so you have a copy of it, and you can share this with the person who's working on your SEO. All right. So the sitemap is important. Making sure you don't have broken links. Your headline and content format is nice. You've got images. You've got, it's not just all text. There's images, there's text, there's videos if possible. That helps you get that visibility.
The videos on homepage is very good. That actually really helps with visibility online.
Absolutely does. So make sure you aesthetically, you also want your site to look good. Make sure the image balance, not one big one here and a small one there, and there's text over here. It looks all over the place. Make sure that your site is nicely balanced. So that's on-page SEO.
Yeah. Also speed. The speed of your website, you need it making sure that it is as quick as possible. Again, that helps with the on-page optimization as well, right? So this is all your on-page optimization. Just a couple of things that we've looked at. If there's any jargony stuff that we've talked about right now, because this is just our talk and developer talk and marketing talk, please feel free to write them on the group, on the chat, and we'll try and see if we can be able to decipher some of those for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's some of the on-page SEO or on-page optimization we're talking about, right?
So it shows you the headline there, post title, SEO content, which is with keywords and all that good stuff. So H2, as I said, is the headlines. So if you were writing a post or something, and you've got paragraphs, each paragraph is talking about something. So you might headline each paragraph saying, so here we're talking about on page, the next we're talking about off page, and the next thing we're talking about is keywords. So those are big headlines, and each headline then tells the site what you're talking about next. All right. External links, we talked about that. They sit they're not visible per se on your site, because you could say, I could write a blog post about SEO, and then I link to an expert like Ardy Marketing too, that does SEO. And so, hey, if you want your SEO support, talk to Ardy Marketing, or talk to my biz marketer, or talk to whoever, the list of experts that we might have. For SEO tools, this is the tools we use, and then we put the links. That is linking back to those folks. They may link back to us, but they might not. But it's always good to link to them, because they might want to link back to you as an expert or a referral source. So that buys you link backs. And that's just a trick they have to use.
Yeah.
Speed. And remember, you mentioned speed. I'm glad you brought it up, and I should have brought this up, and saying speed is so important. Just remember, African audience are mostly on their mobile devices, and knowing the cost of network connections, you want that site to load quickly. If it doesn't, they just go on to the next. So this is why you make sure you check with the people providing your hosting to make sure they're people of repute, and that their sites are not, their servers are always available, there's no downtime, and they've got 24-hour support. If they cannot provide you 24-hour support, this is business impacting, that your site is down and your customers can't get to you. And that's all I have to say about that.
No, for sure, definitely.
Yeah.
And again, just one aspect of the thing over here is that our website needs to be optimized for mobile.
Yeah,
again, in
absolutely.
Africa, specifically in Kenya, the data around it is that people are consuming anything online on their mobile phones. So if your website is not mobile friendly, you're losing out. It's not optimized for, online visibility or searching for that matter. Okay, so that's a crucial part as well. Okay. All right, so going ahead, the second part is off-page optimization. Okay, so off-page SEO. This is how you have the backlinks, which I've mentioned on the chat as well, as a very crucial part of it. If like most of the people here, we all know social media is such a crucial part of marketing for us. But have your pages. So if it's a blog post or any other product or service or about us, remember the URLs we were talking about, which is on-page optimization. Imagine using a beautiful, short, lovely, precise URL that you can use on your social media pages. So you write your content and your captions, and then in there you add that URL. So again, that creates a link back to your website. So that's important to actually bring back to, people coming to your website as traffic as well. Okay. Blogs, important, creating that content and putting blogs out. So when you do a blog, for example, on your website, which is again a very crucial part of search engine optimization, you want to link it outside of your website. You want to link it to other websites that are probably relevant, for example. And so when they find that link somewhere there, then they click on it again and come back to you. Okay, so you've got Google robots looking at all of those things and saying, oh, okay, this sounds like it's actually relevant. This is relevant information. And the website is also clearly saying that these are for healthcare. And that's a healthcare specifically around about, like, for example, malaria or COVID or whatever that is, that people are talking about within, but it has to be relevant. So when you have your blog and you're posting it, or even articles for that matter, and you're submitting that somewhere out there, that blog, that click on URL then comes back to you. So that's a crucial part as well. Social bookmarking, again, is a very good way of doing backlinks. So all this is things that are done outside of your website, but it comes back to your website because it has a direct link to how Google is looking. So the robots are going around and they're looking and saying, okay, this is how we're actually connecting the two put
Yeah.
together. It's not too, I mean, this is quite a bit of jargony work. Again, SEO is very technical, it can get very, very technical. But like what Eunice said earlier, is we're trying to get you ready such that when you're, so we provide SEO, and this is what we tell our customers as well.
Yeah.
But if you're getting somebody else to do it for you, or you're trying to do it yourself, or you've got your web developer trying to do this for you, and you know that these are some of the things that you need to have for both on-page and optimization to get you starting ranking higher. You will also realize that after you've done all of this, it takes around about 6 to 12 months for you to get to the first pages as well, right? So for example, you may have started at page, I don't know, let's say for the argument's sake, like page 12 or 13 or even more than that. You slowly, once you start doing this, start ranking higher, and you come from that page to page 10 to page 5 to page now, you know, so you're getting closer and closer. But if there are certain keywords that are very competitive, know that your competitor is also doing that. So you really want to up your game and make sure that you're high up there with your competitors. So that they're seeing you and your competitor. Again, you get a fighting chance for your potential customers to click on that and to come to you, right? Sorry, anything
Quick
to add, Eunice?
Yes, the directory listing, easy work you can do yourself. So let me put it this way: if you are, you know, you've listed yourself on Google My Business, right? And that's a local listing, tells you where the business is located and all that good stuff. That same thing, if you Google directory listings for Africa, pick the best sites that provide free listing and list your business there. That also helps your search engine optimization. If you're doing something exciting, say for example, you're launching a new product, do a press release and submit it to LinkedIn and all your social media, and place it on your blog post and then release it out. And that also provides interest, so that if there's ever people, for example, in the news media or the bloggers that write about certain industry sectors. So if you're in the tech field and you're launching a new Android device, you write up, hey, this is my biz marketer, we're launching a new Android device. This is our press release, and to you know, whoever you're interested in telling our story, here's our contact, and they tell the story. That provides you a link back, because they will link to your press release and link to your site. So do all these things to help your site. Another thing, image description. So when you put an image on your site, make sure you describe it. A photo of a woman sitting on a computer, say woman on a computer, a businesswoman on a computer. First, it tells the people who are vision impaired or those who are hearing impaired, because for those people, they've optimized their devices to tell them auditory or in in whatever setting for that helps disabled folks, that it describes what the picture is.
Because they can't see it.
So they can't see it. Yes.
You know,
So it says woman in a red dress.
Yeah, and that description is not on like the front part of your page. It's actually on the back end.
Absolutely. So this is include that in your videos, your images, and all your social media images as well. So make sure you always include your video and always be linking back to your site. And when you set up your social media pages, make sure they have your website included. If you're not seeing the trend here, it's important to have a website, because that's what's going to drive conversion far more, because you can't drive traffic to your Facebook page. Only Facebook can do that.
Yeah, I'm going to give just a quick tip, because I mean, a lot of us practically started without starting at a website, right?
Yeah.
But you can do some SEO work around your social media pages and your directories. Eunice talked about directories, free directories. One of the most powerful free directory, again, is Google Profiles. So Google Business Profile, what we used to call Google My Business is now called Google Business Profiles, and have your listing on it. Okay, so if you don't have a listing on it, for a little fee, we're able to help you out, and we'll be able to put your business profile together and get it verified for you. Because here in Kenya, and I'm sure rest of Africa, if you try and look for that postcard is not coming. So you have to figure out how to actually get that done. And there are, we have some links and we can help you out to get them verified, right? So what I was trying to say is have your Google listing. So do a Google listing profile. It's called Google Business Profile, okay? Or Google My Business, what it was called before. Make sure that's there and get it verified. If you need help, again, like I said, we can help you out. Now, what I was trying to say in terms of SEO for that, as well as for social media, is 3 things. Okay, it's called Google SEO for consistency. It's called Google NAP for consistency. Simple things: name, address, phone number. All right. Your name has to be exactly the same on all your social media pages as well as your business directories. Okay, like Google My Business. Your address has to be exactly the same on all the 3 spaces. And your phone number cannot be different on Google and different on your social media pages. Has to be the same. It's called NAP for consistency, Google NAP for consistency. I'll put it on the chat as well. It's name, address, and phone number. If you have those correct, and it also matches what's on your website, that's already a good tick to actually have your rankings or starting to rank higher on Google searches. Okay. Very simple, but very powerful tool to have for that. Now let's go ahead again. Keep asking the questions, or just put some questions on the chat. We'll be happy to answer them as we go along. All right.
So why SEO? Ultimately, you're trying to make money. You're trying to get your customers to buy, and that's why SEO is important. So all this listed here, this is just a snapshot of what the backend or the SEO framework looks like in jobs to be done. That means that you have to do your keyword research, you have to do on-page optimization, you try to do your backlinks and get as many as those. And authoritative backlinks are those links that are a brand that is superior to your the government, whoever linking to you gives you a bit of kudos up for in the search engine, not just Google, all of them, Bing, Yahoo, all of them. So always researching your keywords and watching for what we call long tail, which are the long ones. That is looking for a cotton red dress that is that's a long keyword search, and a short one would be just red dress. And the short keyword search is the short one usually is limited to 3 words in the search, but then the long tail usually have more words in it. It's almost a sentence. My head hurts and my stomach hurts. What's the symptom? That is a long tail keyword. Okay, so and then overall, always optimizing the quality of your site design. And that ultimately is you want Google or all the engines to serve you traffic, the social media platforms to serve you traffic that then converts to people buying from you. All right.
And so this is just, again, sort of solidifying what Eunice was saying. Why is SEO important? Really helps you deserving you to the higher rankings, for your customers when they're searching for particular keywords and key phrases about you. You want the fighting chance. You want people to come and visit your website. You want them to click there. You want them to ask you questions. So if your website is optimized, all of this is definitely possible. And you want that particular traffic coming through to you. And that's important because at the end of the day, we want conversions, we want sales, we want that increase to come through, right? So it's important and critical for your online success. It's a very important strategy to have for your business. So some of the misconceptions that we have around SEO or search engine optimization is that it's a one-off time thing. Well, before, perhaps, when websites started and we were moving from the simple websites to HTML websites to some, it was like, okay, we'll do optimization and that's that. So now there is the launch optimization. That's one aspect of it, but it's not a one-time thing. You have to do this consistently. consistency is very, very important. So month
Yeah.
on month, amount of work that goes into the website is very crucial. Again, like we said, on-page optimization and off-page optimization, and we'll come to the third one in a little bit as well. Okay. SEO also it's all about links. Links are important part of it, but it's not everything.
All of it. Yes.
Backlinks are important, as I mentioned to you, very, very important, but it's not just the only thing. Remember meta tags we've talked about, remember speed we've talked about, so on and so forth. So all of these things together in a hot pot now makes up the best SEO, right? All keys are equal, all keywords are equal, not true if it's not relevant to you. So for example, you have a health clinic, and in your health clinic, you're talking about, maybe it's you're trying to reach out to women in health or men in health, or you're reaching out about specific diseases, or you're reaching out about pregnancy and so on, right? Then if those are the relevant keywords, then that's what you want to go for. You don't want to go for the politically best thing that's happening out there, because it's completely irrelevant. So all keywords are not equally good. You want to look for those things that are completely relevant to your business. Okay. Again, SEO doesn't replace content marketing. In fact, you will see that content is a crucial part of SEO, and we'll go into that as well. And then SEO is not completely immediate results. Remember, I said now things are getting more competitive. You'll take at least 6 months minimum to about a year to get you on the first pages of searches. And after you're on the first pages of searches, you want to stay there. So again, there's quite a bit of work to do month on month, so that you can keep that ranking. Because if a competitor comes, you can be easily kicked back to another page or further down, and all the work that you put into it just kind of goes down the drain. So of course, you also don't want that as well. Okay. And SEO doesn't have to cost a lot of money. It's a charge, definitely. It's an expense for the business, and it's all part of marketing. But there is good returns that you can actually get from SEO as well. Right. So that's one aspect of your marketing strategy that you can look into. Okay. So content and keywords. That's our number 3. Right. We've got what kind of content? Eunice, you want to talk about this?
Yes. Let's start with intent. And this is why what Rima says, not every keyword is just because it ranks, you want it. No, it has to be quality, and the keyword in the content in itself has to have intent. And what do I mean by that? I mean, for example, you put a post on Facebook and you want to boost it, right? You ask people to, hey, I'm selling this red dress. So it's a red dress, the length, the type of material, and the price. Boom, done. The intent and the quality and the uniqueness is there already. So Facebook knows what you're trying to do. Now, if you go and add, because a certain person is ranking well, or there's something trending topic on social media, then you hop on that subject, write maybe a blog post about it. You would get the traffic for that moment, but that goes away. But you would never rank for that keyword ever again, because it has nothing to do with your business. If we were selling marketing services, and we wrote about the political environment right now and how it's affecting the economy, that content will be nice. It will get some traffic for right there and there, but it's not even going to get me the right customers. It'll be attracting people who are interested in the subject matter, but not people interested in buying marketing services. So make sure the intent is right, the quality is right, and then your content is unique, meaning it's original to you. So the idea is creative to you. So don't go copy and paste somebody's content and paste it on your site. There's trouble with that. You're dinged for duplication, and then somebody might come after you for copyright issues. So next slide. So keyword research and selection. So always goes back to the keyword that is not just one, the multiple keywords or that will drive people to buy from your site. We're selling marketing services, so we'll talk about digital marketing, SEO, and all that good stuff. All the keywords that pertain to marketing that will get our customers to come back and buy from us. So think about the keywords that your customers would be searching for. If I was a mental health specialist, I'd say, oh, what keywords that would probably drive people to me would be what? Anxiety, depression, and all those keywords. Knowing, by the way, and there's a lot of people competing for anxiety, depression. The pharmaceutical industry is competing for that. The fashion industry is competing to that. You want to look good, don't want to look anxious, don't want to look. They're using all those words that would draw away from you the mental health. So you have to add other keywords on top of it to make so that that person knows, or the search engine knows this person is actually specifically looking for healthcare support. So the selection of that keyword has to be important. Are you experiencing anxiety? So that would lead to you getting the keyword coming to you, because now you're the one that helps people with anxiety, right? So keep working on it. Look at what other people are doing for keyword ideas. There's a tool called Keyword IO, and I think it gives you some credits for free that you can use, add it on your Chrome extension, so that when you're doing research, it shows you the keywords that are being used by your competitors, and you can figure out if that keyword is applicable to you and compete on it organically, not on paid, but organically. Next slide, Rima.
Sure. Oh, sorry. There you go. Site architecture. Okay, again, quite a bit of jargon. We don't want to really go into like every bit and pieces about this, but it's important to know that the way your site is mapped out. So site architecture is pretty much about mapping out your website. Okay.
Yeah.
Page speed is one aspect of it. What some people, mobile friendliness, which we already went through as well.
Yeah.
How easy it is for people to get onto it and go through one part of the website to another part of the website. That's what the Google bots will look at. Okay.
Yeah.
But another aspect of it is, remember on your URL, when you go to certain websites, you see it's written HTTPS. So the S part is a very crucial part. It's called a security certificate. So if you don't have that on your website, it'll always show site is not secure. And it'll make sure that it asks you, would you still like to proceed? That we have given you a guidance that please don't go there, but would you still like to proceed? If you go to proceed, then it's like now Google telling you
you're on your own.
Have nothing to do on your own. So that SSL certificate doesn't cost you much, but it's the very crucial and important part to have on your website. Yeah. And especially if you're doing e-commerce and you're doing, like you're taking payments from your website, very crucial part as well. But now it's become crucial for any kind of business to have an SSL certification for people to feel comfortable and safe to come onto your website, right?
Yes, it's becoming a requirement now for all people to have a secure site. Yeah.
Secure site is very, very important. So this again is showing like that site certification, the site structure, as well as like the architecture. When people come to your website, what do? When they come to the home page, then they will probably go to the About Us. From the About Us, there is a link back to your Newspress, which is the internal link that we're talking about. From that internal link, maybe there's a link from the product page into the news page. It could be right from the product page, the service page goes to the FAQs. Again, that's an internal link. So all of your pages are kind of internally linked as well. So even when you're doing your blogs, don't just do blogs for the sake of it. When you just please highlight. So do your external links, like Eunice had mentioned earlier, to places or people that are expertise in that particular field or something like that, or your partners, for example, which are completely relevant to the content that you've created on the blog. But have internal links that go to let people go to your within your website, which are completely crucial and relevant as well, right? The way that we've actually mentioned over here. So like on the blog, so for example, on a blog, if we have something around reputation marketing, then that reputation marketing would have to link back to the page where all the information about reputation marketing and the pricing is there. Again, there's no point of actually
Yeah.
hiding pricing.
Yep.
Don't
Yep.
DM for price. We've been telling you about this, but it's a customer experience around it as well. And a lot
Yep.
of this site structure and architecture is all about customer experience. So
Yes.
how is your experience when you go onto a website? And that's what's important. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. So just quickly, what we want to go through before we go to the questions is, what are some of the things that you want to do to actually improve your online visibility? Increasing your traffic is a good win for you through this SEO process. Choose your battleground, right? For example, is it like in Kenya, like I mentioned to you, a lot of people, there's a big majority of people that are actually searching and doing everything that they are on their mobile phones. So if your SEO is not good for your website or your social media pages for mobile, please make sure that you are mobile friendly.
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
unlocking the SEO factor, making sure that you're fully optimized for both on-page and off-page optimization.
Yeah.
You can do it also just for your one homepage. 1 or 2 pages is it's better than nothing. Okay.
Yeah,
you can do it for the
absolutely.
entire website, but entire website can take longer. So you can start with, for example, the homepage and one other page, or just
Yeah.
the homepage and then go to the other page, right?
Yeah.
But then start somewhere in terms
Yeah.
of your SEO.
Yeah.
All right. So this is kind of like your SEO roadmap.
Yep.
Eunice, you want to just take through
Yep.
quickly?
Yes. So remember how people experience the web, right? So I come online and I'm looking to get something, to find something. I start with a keyword search, and the keyword search leads me to content. That content is the content you optimized, right? And so that process of finding the site that will give me what I want is landing on the first page of Google, giving me the sites that I want to pick up. And I now decide based on whether I know the company or not, which one to go with. So if you've optimized well, Google has a way of making sure that you're looking right. And then you're coming up on top based on how you've optimized your content, meaning that a lot of people have liked the content when they've landed on your page. So that's great. And then you beat the competitor. So you're always analyzing your competitors to make sure you're providing more, and you're more succinct, or you're more clear with your products and services, what you do. If you've got things like reputation stuff like reviews and all that good stuff. So that helps. Your meta tag optimization keys in Google to say, okay, this is what this site is about. This is the content it's delivering, and most people are happy with it. So the whole cycle there is always it's on there to help you get your customer to come and agree to buy from you. It's a lot of work to do, I agree, but think about what you'd have to pay if you are doing PPC to get customers to convert. So you're avoiding to do all this, but you're paying for it for customers to go online. You want the pay-per-click or the SEM, which is search engine marketing, to be a complement on, to sit on top of what you've optimized already. So this is all the steps you have to take on your SEO journey to get you to conversions each and every time. And then Google or Yahoo or Bing delivering you the traffic you need each and every day. Sometimes traffic would drop, and those are market forces we have no control over, and the market environment we have no control over, but you at least are getting ahead with when you've got things set up right.
I'll give you an extra tip in here as well. I mean, it's all well and good to make sure that your website is on the first, search ranking as well.
Yeah.
But again, if you do not have your customers, your existing customers saying good things about you, there are high chances that your customers or potential customers will go to your competitors who have better things that their customers are saying about them.
Yes.
In short,
Yeah.
I'm saying not testimonials, but reviews from your existing customers put on your Google profiles will help you, because what's going to happen is They will fund you, but they will also do their due diligence. They don't know about your business. You're on the first keywords as well. They will see, is there any new information or new reviews from your existing customers in the last 3 months, for example, so that they may be able to trust your business. How do they trust your business? How do they trust to actually give you money for products and services that they need, right?
Yeah,
So that's just an extra
absolutely.
tip that I'd like to sort of add in there as well.
Yeah.
All right, so we've already talked about this. I'm just going to skim through this. We've said your game plan is on-page optimization, off-page optimization, and content strategy. And
Yeah.
again, like I said, we'll share this with you, and you can always go through all the bits and pieces that we've talked about. But this is a little bit of a summary that we've gone through. Again, most of this stuff we've actually gone through it. Page speed, mobile user experience, the topics and content that you do, your URL length, content length. So your content length can't be very long as well. You want to make sure that you have like maybe about, is it 3,000 words? Would that be?
Nope.
I think that's a good number.
300 to 1,000 words.
Okay.
So on that, on that long, lengthy end, 1,000. On the
1,000.
short end, 300.
Yeah. Okay, backlinks, and then encryption, your SSL, so on and so forth. Very important parts.
Yep.
All right. Last bit here is tips around your site architecture.
Yep. So listen, people, this reason why that is important is because all this again drives back to that coin you're trying to make, right? So remember, the one thing that most people don't understand is the bounce rate. Bounce rate is when people come to your site and immediately leave, like a second later, 2 seconds later. And that tells Google something. It says, okay, they didn't like that site. So what Google says, note to self. If somebody else comes and does it over and over and over, then Google will stop serving up. So which means that customers are coming and not finding what they want. Or you want clear. If you had said, come buy this, and then they come and find something else, they're out, they're gone. So consider that bounce rate. And the way you know what your bounce rate is making sure you've installed Google Analytics so that it tells you what your bounce rate is. And you want to keep it between 40% and 60%. Above 60 is high, below 40, there's something going on there we don't know, but you really want to make sure that you want to keep it in between that 40 and 60. Between 40 and 60 is great. Page authority, it's talked about what we just said, that people landing on your site and finding the content they are means they stayed, they didn't bounce. Then Google says, oh, they like that, and more people do that. Then you're gaining page authority, and then people linking back to you have the brand that are stronger or a brand that has been around longer. That also gives it an authority. Domain authority. How long has your domain been registered? The older the domain, the more trust it gains. And then the content that is in that domain that has been linked back to that domain, and it's set and the content is great. That means that domain authority is great. Also, that you're not sending out spam. Remember when I sent email Eunice at mybizmarketer.co.ke, and I'm sending spam, and people start reporting it as spam. That hits my domain, not just my site, but also my domain. I start getting blacklisted for being a spam sender. So you want to make sure you keep your domain clean. Trust is all the things we've told you about building trust. Coca-Cola is an authority, as an example. They've been around for years. Of course, they're an authority, and the content out there is fantastic. According to them, it is their content, and their customers like it. You want to do the same thing. You want to make sure once you register a business, register the domain, even if you're not putting anything on it yet, just register the domain and keep it. All right. LinkedIn, I can't stress that enough. We've already talked about that. Social is always going to help you drive traffic to your site, traffic that knows your brand, and you want that. All right. So keep this as your guidance as to what you need to do and work on every day on your site. The trust, the page authority, reducing the bounce rate, and social links. Next slide, Nima.
Great stuff. So we're in the Q&A section, but we just want to thank you, first of all, that you've come so far. You're here with us. We can see that there's a couple of questions coming through as well. But just for you, like we said, we do SEO for our customers. So if you'd like to know a bit more about it, I'm going to ask Penina to put our contact details in there. Offer is valid until the 15th of April. We're giving you a 5% off on the SEO pricing. If you go to our website, you'll see all the pricing in there. But we're happy to actually give you a special offer during this period. Because of course you will come here, this is specifically for you, or if you recommend or refer somebody to us, this will still be referenced to them as well. Okay, so
Yes.
special offer for you guys. Ask for it, send us an email, drop us a WhatsApp message, whatever it is, feel free to we'll come through that. Okay, until the 15th. Also, we have an online workshop coming up at the end of this month. It is on the 29th of March. We're having it from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. So it's a 3-hour workshop. It's going to be a practical workshop on how to set up your digital marketing campaigns. So we're literally going to take you through how you can set up, for example, an IG ad, a Facebook ad, what you need to do. If you don't have a page, how you can do it. So we want to really take you through this. We'll give you lots of tips and tricks, but also we're planning on giving quite a few resources around it as well. So if you haven't heard about this already, please feel free to register for it. This is a paid workshop. It's 3,000 Kenyan shillings. It's not in dollars. It's in Kenyan shillings. So please feel free to actually, sort of sign up for that.
Yeah.
We have a capacity for it. We're not taking too many people as well. So the earlier that you register, the better. So then that way, at least we have a good number of people that we can work through, because we're going to be making it as practical as possible for this particular workshop.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of hands-on work.
Yes, lots of hands-on work. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, if you liked this, we'd love to hear from you. You can scan this QR code or give us feedback. Again, I'm going to ask Penina to put those links on the chat.
Yeah.
We love to hear from you. Tell us, how did you like the webinar? What are the topics you'd like to hear from us? What has this helped you with? If you want to plug into any of our older webinars that we've been doing for the last 2 years now, you can go to our social media, or especially specifically on our YouTube pages, and you may be able to see all of our old webinars in there as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep that as references for yourselves. And of course, anytime you need a marketing assistance, reach out to Eunice, reach out to myself, reach out to Penina. Our team members are always there for you as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Questions right now. So
yes.
Can we just take some questions?
Yes, we can take some questions. I like the comment. Let me see. This is a comment by Sean. The having one page site, Google Analytics will show it as a 100% bounce rate. Having tools that show whether clients have scrolled and hit a CTA, it is important. For sure, if your one-page site has no content in it, people will come in and bounce. And so just have something for somebody to read, and a call to action is always important. If you don't have a call to action, then people don't know what to do. So I've come here and say, I was looking for anxiety support, and I went to the mental health provider page, and there's no CTA. Click here to call, click here to schedule, click here to chat with me, click here to chat with me on WhatsApp. There's no CTA. So what was the intention of this site? Really, even if it's just information that I'm a healthcare provider, that's what the provider is intended. But if I'm wanting to engage and buy, then you have not left me any buying capacity, possibilities that I can link, I can schedule, I can call. Make it easy. So call to actions are important, always. Even on your blog post, when you finish your blog post, at the bottom there, say, hey, this is a service we provide. Click here to email us, to contact us, to chat with us, to whatever, to engage, or even go over and like our social. Go to like my Facebook page, my Twitter, whatever. So yes, absolutely important that there's something on the page. Otherwise, people will bounce.
Yeah. Great, I love that. Thank you for that. Please keep your questions coming. we're here for another couple more minutes. This presentation will be emailed to you because you are here and you're in this presentation today. The recording also will be sent to you. A link to the recording will be sent to you on your email. We've got a phenomenal team member, Penina's right here, and she is the one who's been reminding everybody as well. So if you had registered and you got a reminder either by email or SMS, that's the person right there. Penina, you should actually just, sort of show your face and say jumbo to everybody here. There you go. There. So put a face. Wait, hang on. I'm waiting for the face to come through. There she is. That's Penina.
Hi, everyone.
Face to the back end of our amazing team. Part of our amazing. Yeah.
Guys, did we do such a good job with no questions? I'd expect at least one or two.
I mean, we talked about a lot of jargon, like I said, and I know Rita also said that this is really crazy stuff, that some of the stuff went over your head. Don't worry. Like I said, 3 things that you can take away from here is on-page optimization, off-page optimization, and content that actually helps with SEO work. And it takes about 6 to 12 months for you to, sort of get your website to that level. Mobile optimization is very good. Make sure that your website is optimized for mobile. Having your speed is good. Those are just some of the things that you want to do. If there's nothing you took from this, please go and open a Google My Business profile and start getting reviews.
Yeah.
Right. So,
yes. Start there. Sheila's asking, I want to know the cost, but I will go to your website. Here's the thing, the problem with that is that every project on SEO is different. For example, if I'm starting a brand new website, that project will be different from a project of a site that already exists and we need to rework it. So it depends on your need right now, right? So if I have an e-commerce platform, that SEO optimization of an e-commerce platform versus a static informational site is completely different. Consider the number of products in the site, that they've got descriptions, the keyword related to those products. So that project would be completely different from a project that is just website getting started or a website that existed. A website that has 100 pages, for example, if you were to do SEO for Coca-Cola, I would not even sign up for that job. It's exciting because the brand is well known, but there's a lot of work related to it. I'll give you a tool. Penina, if you could type into the chat, screamingfrog.com. They have a free download. You can download on your desktop that you can use to just run an analysis on your site, see what broken links are there, what backlinks you have, what URLs are too long so that you shorten them. And before you shorten them, please speak to an SEO expert, because you don't want to lose all your traffic because you've shortened the name and now people can't find the page. There's redirects that needs to be created to redirect, so Google knows, oh, the site hasn't gone away, it's the URL that has changed. That page is linked back to that, to the old page. Okay, so there's really a lot of tips we really need to talk to an SEO expert when you're doing this. So
yeah, I mean
go ahead.
I mean, I'm gonna add something to this as well. I mean, for as little as your first page optimization, for as little as about 40,000, you're able to do optimization and SEO work on your website. Like I said, that's the kind of pricing that you're looking, and that's like, for example, your starter package, right? So about 3 keywords, you're looking at. So 3 keywords, you can go all the way to about 12 keywords on various different pages, but start with 1 page. And 3 keywords is approximately 40,000 shillings for you per month, right?
And
so,
then what?
So
I was going to say, Rima, that includes us doing the work of the analytics,
all the work,
the meta tags, and all that good stuff. So making sure your
page,
architecture,
off page, and content. Yes, and content. Yeah. because we create blogs for you as well, and we put those blogs on your website. All right, so that's what it is. Yeah, great, fantastic. Hi, Jathniel. How are you? Welcome. Lovely to see you here again. Okay, so if there's
Sheila, you're welcome.
Yeah, great. So we're here. If you want to also do a free 30-minute consultation with us, we're actually, you're very welcome. Again, you know, you can go to our pages and, you know, set up a 30 minutes free consultation. Your first consultation is free. Then after that, we can do consultation sessions as well, you know, if you want to do this on your own. So feel free to do that and reach out to us. But we want to thank you so much for being here today. Asanteni sana, and you know, we're looking forward to hearing from you and asking questions and reaching out to us. That's most important to us, and you know, and thank you for your time today. We wish you a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are.
Yes.
And don't forget, we have a webinar, we have a workshop coming up. So please do sign up for the workshop as well.
Thank you. Bye for now.
All right.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.
Welcome. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye too.
Bye.
Bye, Zach. Bye.